Welcome back, everyone, to Tully Talks, and today we're going to be talking X-Force number 24 that came out in July of '93. But before we do, I just hope that I've been able to earn you subscription. If so, please hit that red subscribe bar down below. Like, comment, share, and all that fabulous YouTube stuff so we can keep growing this beautiful community of ours. But let's get right into it today. X-Force number 24, like I said, coming out in July '93. This here is the cover. We see the team going after some cannon fodder, so to speak. X-Force is a revamped team of the New Mutants. Cable came from the future to stop Apocalypse from coming to power. He came across the New Mutants. The New Mutants were ready to advance their training, and Charles Xavier wasn't exactly ready to put them out on the field the way Cable was. So they left the Xavier Institute, followed Cable, and X-Force is the adventures of that. So let's get into this here. Prisoners of Fate, written by Fabian Nietzsche, Greg Capallo, and introducing the ink of Richard Bennett. We see a prison transport happening at the moment, and all of a sudden they come across a woman out in the middle of the road. They stop, of course, wondering what the heck is going on. They get out, question the lady about why it is that she's in the middle of the road, and then she kind of plays slick with them because she's actually fine, and they are attacked from all sides. We see a group of the attackers coming from behind the transport to blow up the back of the transport. The guards are down. And then we find out it's the Friends of Humanity coming to get Russell Collins and Sally Blevins, two members of X-Men and the New Mutants. They were side characters. They were involved with the X family for a while, but Strife had brainwashed them. Strife is the clone of Cable. The clone was made by Apocalypse. So basically now the Friends of Humanity, which is run by Graydon Creed, the son of Mystique and Sabretooth, now have these two basically X characters that they know that they can basically use their hate of mutants against these two. And they're going to use the actions they used during Strife as an excuse for that. We then see X-Force coming to their camp for base in Arizona, coming back from a mission. They're a little worn out from this mission, but we also see Cannonball ready to send them out on another mission. Ferrell and Sunspot and some of the other team aren't exactly ready to go out on another mission because the mission they just went on was a rough one. They need some rest, they need some food, they need to refuel. But Cannonball is not worried about that. With Cable not around at the moment, they need to make sure that their friends are going to be safe because he wants to be able to save the two that we just seen get captured by the Friends of Humanity. He's gotten some information about that and wants the team to go do that, to go check that out. We then pick up at the Xavier Institute, where the X-Men's headquarters is at, and we see Valerie Cooper, a liaison for the government, for the mutants, and Charles Xavier, of course, the leader of the X-Men, and pretty much the main cause behind all the X titles that have come after that. They're explaining how tumultuous times are ahead, and how the government and mutants are going to work together but there's going to be a way because Charles Xavier's idea of peaceful coexistence of mutants and humans is still very bright within him. So he's still trying to get people together. We then pick up at a small brown house where we see Grizzly, Domino, and a couple other characters discussing about how they're waiting for Cable to come back because Cable has had a history with these people and he's also kind of leading them as strike force for other missions. But these team members don't seem to get along because of their past together. And so that's kind of creating some chaos because they want to know what to do with their prisoners, Sluggo and Deadpool here. This is when Deadpool was still considered a villain. He's only, at this point, 3 years into his existence in the Marvel Universe. And so this lady here is saying, we gotta just shoot them in the head several times because they seem to keep coming back to life. Grizzly and Domino and everyone else is just in shock that she did that in cold blood. But little do they know that she was kind of on the right track as far as putting them down for a while. Then we pick up in space, and we see in the atmosphere a hand reaching out to the atmosphere, or the upper atmosphere, and it creates an explosion. Now, this issue leads up into issue 25, and these are going to be pages of a story that are happening after the story I'm going to talk about now that's involving the Avengers and X-Men. But this story is a precursor to Magneto coming back to life because he was gone for a few years at this point. We see the construction of some metal materials in space, and then we see this person saying, "For he is back, I have to make a phone call." And we only know, due to the story that came after this, that it is Magneto, and the Fatal Attraction story is going to be beginning next month in this point of the Marvel timeline. We see now X-Force on their plane to pick up their friends because it was established through news outlets that the Friends of Humanity kidnapped the two prisoners. They explain how they were brainwashed by Strife, but the Friends of Humanity is going to make an example of these two mutants, and Sam explains that they're essentially good people and we're going to save these people even if all of you don't know them the way I know them. So they make a plan to attack the Friends of Humanity base that they're going to approach, that they have a location coordinates to save their two friends, and it's time to roll out. They're going to surround the place and attack from all points. We see Warpath, we see Cannonball, Siren, Richter, Shatterstar. Shatterstar and Sunspot were two of my favorite team members on this iteration of X Factor. I like how their powers were. I always wanted Shatterstar to be the son of Longshot and Dazzler, but that never came to be. And then we see Warpath and Farrell and Richter here, and everyone's coming together to crash in on this Friends of Humanity headquarters. We then see the team attacking these, I'm going to call them drones. Essentially they're people, but they're drones in the greater scheme of things. We're not supposed to really feel too bad for them because they are bigoted against mutants. So they essentially knock them out, and we see Warpath here with a bunch of, it's like 6 or 7 at least, soldiers on his back. Pretty strong fella. I like to see him fight the Thing or Hulk, which I know Hulk would win that one for sure, but just to see how powerful he would be. Maybe the Thing, Ben Grimm, would be a better fight to test his strength. Then we pretty much see the team coming back together, freeing their friends, Rusty and Sarah here. They're going to bring them to a place that they can be deprogrammed from Stripe's brainwashing. And then we come across a picture of Graydon Creed and the Friends of Humanity pamphlet. And we see Cannonball here pretty much making it his business that he's going to take this guy down. Again, he's the brother of Nightcrawler. He's the son of Mystique. And Graydon Creed is his father. Victor Creed is his father. Sabretooth, meaning Graydon Creed. So pretty interesting family tree there. Boom Boom is trying to console Cannonball here because I think they were together at the time. I think they did have some sort of on-again, off-again romance. Excuse me. And basically telling her that all this is just trying to make them better people. And then the very last panel is Cable coming across Magneto's helmet. And stay tuned for the Fatal Attraction storyline. And then their letter page here, Exclamations was the name of their letter page back in the day. And again, this was pre-internet, so this is how we let creators know whether we liked the story or not. But yeah, that's X-Force 24. I don't have X-Force 25, so the next issue that I'll be dealing with for X-Force is 26, and then I have 27, 28, 29. That will cover Sunspot and his ultimate form Rainfire, and kind of like a personality split of that happening, and the team trying to help him out through that. But if you're interested in me doing Fatal Attractions, I do have a couple of issues part of that story. I just need to complete that. Fatal Attractions was a great story. But let me know what you think of X-Force. Let me know who your favorite X-Force member was. Let me know who your favorite New Mutants member was that wasn't in this issue. Thanks again for stopping by, and until next time, peace, Nookums.